Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Floss. This is the Grape Jelly Library, where we love to talk about those books. I am so glad you could join me. I always look forward to your visit. Why do I have a pen in my hand? Because today we are going to do a Friday night book tag. Hello, welcome. It's Friday night. Friday nights are made for fun. So let's do a tag today. I was tagged by Alan over at Big Hard Books and Classics. And this is a fun tag and I am super excited to do it. It is 10 prompts long and I will be tagging 3 people at the end and I will put their channels in my description. Tag is a mouthful. It is called the Soggy Expat Book Maniac Random Question Tag. And with that, let's begin the tag. Prompt number 1. Soggy. Cold, soggy fries. Yay or nay? For me, that is going to be a big, hard nay. Nay. I will pass every time. But I will pass on a hot, salty fry too. Fries are not my thing. Fries do not really have a flavor, in my opinion. It's the salt and the ketchup that give it its flavor. So, without those 2 key ingredients, it really is kind of bland. So I would gladly be able to pass on those each and every time. Plus, there's that, and I don't really try to eat a lot of fried foods. Number 2, expat. Have you ever lived abroad? If not, would you? No, I have not. I am definitely a homebody. And if I was given the opportunity to do so, I would have to say nothing against living abroad, but I am a homebody at heart. And I am perfectly content where I am. So, no, I'm fine. I'm fine where I am. Number 3, book. A trip you took and or would like to take because a book or author made you want to see it in person. Something about Texas I've always wanted to see. And I've always wanted to go to Phoenix, Arizona. And I wanted to go to Phoenix, Arizona because growing up there was a sitcom, if you can call it that, on the television called Alice. And it was about a cook named Mel and 3 waitresses. And they worked at a diner, Mel's Diner. And it just seemed fun. I just want, you know, I like that fun atmosphere and the vibe of the weather and the scenery. So yeah, I would like to go to Arizona too. 4, book. A book or author from Canada and or Wales you'd like to read. I went to see Margaret Atwood and she was selling some of her books in the lobby. And one of the books, geez Louise, what was it? Burning Questions. That's the name of the book. That's the book that I purchased in the lobby when I went to see her. And I had these like romantic visions of sitting by a fire in cozy socks with some sort of warm beverage, maybe a hot toddy or something, or a coffee, whatever. But anyways, just, you know, nestled in for the night reading that book from cover to cover. Didn't happen. Not this past winter, at least. And I feel like it's a kind of wintry book. it's not. It's just in my mind. That's when I want to read it. So I better get that way of thinking out of my mind, because I'll miss out on a whole bunch of books if I keep that way of thinking up. I switched to coffee. Anyways, thanks for hanging out in my kitchen with me. I was a little tired of the library, so, you know, I was down here, plus my husband's sick, and he's upstairs, and I don't really want to get sick, so I'm camping out down here tonight, and I am perfectly content with that. Number 5. Number 5. Random. Embarrassing parent story time. A time your parent, guardian embarrassed you to your core and you're still recovering. Or a time you were that parent. Okay, so I had asked my mom if she would like to come and, you know, work for us and get her out of the house. She was retired. Get her out of the house. I felt like it would be healthy. And so she, you know, gladly accept it, and she's opinionated. And she has her ways. We were raised with manners and to mind them, and that's why it was to my complete and utter shock when this lovely lady would come and visit me all the time, and she always had a kind word to say to me and about me. And she came down to see me one day. And my mom wanted to know who I was talking to. So she came out on the floor and joined in on the conversation. And she said some shady things. And I was like, did my mom just say that to this lovely caregiver? She's the caregiver to her father, who's 101 years old. Did my mom just say that to her? So yeah, I was mortified with that. And then there were other times where acquaintances of my mom and myself would come down, and my mom wouldn't see them forever, but they knew I saw them. So they would be chit-chatting up a storm with me, and my mom would come out to see who I was talking to. And then my mom would go like, you know, and I would introduce, oh, Mom, this is so-and-so. And my mom would be like, what the hell happened to you? You look like crap. And I'd be like, oh my God, did she just do that? And she did that. So I was mortified. All right. Number 6, Maniac. 1 or 2 other things you are a maniac about, aside from obviously being a book maniac. Lip balms, lip butters, lip glosses, roller balls, chapsticks, anything, lipsticks, anything to do, lip gloss, anything to do with your lips. I have way more than I'm ever going to need. And probably if they stop putting them at the checkouts, I would conquer half my battle. Cannot buy anymore. Another thing I have way too many of is lamps. I don't need any more lamps in this house. I have well over 20 lamps in this house. Is that a lot? I think that's a lot. I'm not quite sure. Oh, probably close to 30 lamps. Yeah, I just found another one. But anyways, when I go bye-bye with my sisters and we go to Home Goods, I tell them, don't let me walk out with a lamp. I do not need another lamp. I don't have any more room for a lamp. Number 7, random. Have you ever been hideously lost, literally or figuratively? Yes, I have. For whatever reason, I decided I was going to skip school with 2 girls that weren't exactly my friends. They were just acquaintances. They asked me, and I said, yeah. And it snowed the night before, and so why I thought it would be better to be outside in the cold elements rather than in a warm building with heat. And I liked school, so I don't like know why I did that, but I did. And we skipped school in a golf course that I was very familiar with, except for golf courses are a different setting when they're covered in snow. And about 2 hours into our skip, it started to snow heavily. And in no time at all, the snow accumulated about up to our knees. So we were trudging what seemed like hours in the snow up to our knees, trying to find a way out. And it's a funny thing how an area can look one way, but the minute that you encompass this large area with a blanket of white, it becomes like a maze and a mystery. And it was very difficult trying to maneuver our way out of that, but we did finally. And I think I learned my lesson. And I don't think I skipped after that point. I deserved it. Anyways. Number 8, random, a memorable encounter with a stranger. Okay, the one that comes to my mind is this center that I was talking about before. Quite often, my husband and I will go to see a show there. And before we do, we go to the restaurant that is just a hop, skip, and a jump down from it. And in the lobby area, they have like a couch. And I was sitting on the couch, and this lovely lady walked in dressed to the nines, and I was not. I don't tend to dress up in general. I'm a kind of t-shirt and sneaker kind of gal, but she looked fabulous. She had on a glitter blazer and, high heels, and she just looked spectacular. And she asked if she could sit next to me. And I said, sure. And I scooted down and she began talking to me. And within 60 seconds, it felt like we knew each other for a lifetime. We immediately, within that 60 seconds, became friends on Facebook. And we talked to each other like we were best friends. She was lovely. And we are still friends on Facebook. To this day, we live in the same area. And funny thing, I just went to an amusement park a couple days ago, and she was there, and she noticed me, and she came right up to me and started talking to me like, you know, like we knew each other forever. And that was my best and nicest and most enchanting encounter with a stranger. And I'm super grateful to Kismet or fate, because she's lovely. She absolutely is. Number 9, random. What did you want to be when you grew up? All right, I wanted to be Dorothy Hamill, but I didn't want to put any of the work in. I didn't want to go to practice, and I didn't want to do all that hard stuff. I just wanted to wear the pantyhose with the white skates, the leotard with the skirt, have the Dorothy Hamill haircut, and just know how to do triple axels and all that fun stuff. I just wanted, I just wanted to be able to do it without having to put the work in. That's how my 5-year-old mind thought. Then as I got a little bit older, disco, I thought, well, it would be fun to be a backup singer. Super fun. I don't want the spotlight. I'm not a spotlight kind of girl, but I'll do the background. Backup singer was super exciting to me. Marilyn McCoo. Oh, are you kidding me? But then upon further thinking about this, I always had a pen and a paper in my hand, and I would make my own typewriter out of masking tape. I would roll it and then put it onto a cosmetic or a hairbrush vanity, and I would make my typewriter so that I could do this. And so when I did go to college, I went for business management. I wanted to type, and I wanted to do phone etiquette and shorthand and, balance ledgers and all that kind of stuff. So I think I wanted to be a secretary my whole life. And actually, I am in office management right now. So I guess I'm living the dream over 2 decades, almost 3 decades, 3 years shy of 3 decades. So, all right, was that number 9? Yeah. Number 10, are you a people watcher? Do you have good peripheral hearing? Share an anecdote or 3. I'm not a people watcher. I mind my business, and I'm too busy with my own agenda in my head to ever sit down and observe other people. My sister is a big people watcher, and she will call certain things to my attention. She gets a kick out of it. And yes, I do have good peripheral hearing. I call my husband a mumbler because when he won't say anything like around me, but the minute he walks away, starts going up the steps or into another room, he starts mumbling. He thinks I can't hear what he says, but I can. And now I have to tag 3 people. So I'm going to tag Nettie from Diggin' Books. I'm going to tag Michael Romeo from Michael Romeo Talks Books. And I'm going to tag Tasha from Latasha Haynes Reads. All 3 of their channels are fabulous. Please head on over, give them a like and a subscribe. I will link their channels in my description. Show them some BookTube love, as well as my own channel if you like what you see. And if you just like to discuss a variety of different types of books, then give this channel a thumbs up and subscribe to it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here for a little while. So I could probably bring you a ton of good books that you didn't know were out there. Until my next video, know that I love you. Be well, be good, be reading, and may all your book dreams come true.